Feminists are absolutely losing their minds over something called the nose ring theory. What started as a simple observation about modern dating has sparked a firestorm online, leaving women furious and men nodding in agreement.
Oh, you mean the theory that if a woman with a septum ring posts a picture or video of herself on the internet, her comment section will be swarmed with butthurt sensitive little boys triggered by a piece of metal in her nose? Yeah, I'm familiar with the theory.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm going to hold your hand with an industrial paper towel when I tell you that your comments saying nose ring theory are literally doing the opposite of what you think they are. I want to look this way. I want you to be able to look at me and see that I am a safe space and that I don't tolerate shit. I want you to look at me and know Donald Trump, man, honestly.
She just proved our point by her behavior.
And anybody who thinks any differently, honestly. If I'm not for you, good.
So, for anyone still wondering what the nose ring theory means, it's that the women who have them try to act edgy and better than the rest of us and pretend they don't care about anything. So let's find out about that.
All leftists look the same. Yeah, babe, it's because we want you to know, okay? I put the septum ring on and I said, everybody is going to be able to identify me as a leftist.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
Yeah. And newsflash, baby, we know a Republican when we see one too. Unfortunately, it's not a piece of jewelry. It's absolutely zero effort into your physical appearance whatsoever. That's how I know. Find me a fun, stylish, personalized Republican, please.
Sometimes facial piercings and tattoos scream bad decision-making skills. Do you guys agree? Nose rings are unattractive to men, and that will not change. This, of course, cannot apply to everyone, but I can see a lot of us being uncomfortable with the idea.
There always has to be some dude in my comments going, septum ring theory. Let's get the obvious thing out of the way. I don't care who you are. If you put any time or energy into judging other people's body modifications and art, let alone taking the time out of your day to tell them you don't like what they've done with their own body, you're probably not a very pleasant person. Now, I've gotten plenty of hate comments for this piercing here, but I was confused as to what the septum ring theory is. What is the theory that is being built? And the only definition I could find was women with septum rings make their trauma their whole personality.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now, if I was an incel, I would probably fall victim to this logic as well. Girl with piercing always talking about trauma and mental illness. But now I do think alternative people, or people who are actively in rejection of society's expectation of what they are supposed to look like, especially when it comes to women reclaiming our own bodies and modifying them how we want, yeah, there is a little bit more mental health awareness that comes with that. And some people do make their trauma their whole personality. But there's a difference between that and being open and aware. Now, most of the people who are going to make this baseless, senseless comment are not trying to actually get into the intricacies of mental health and self-expression, so I will leave you with this. One of my favorite perks of this piercing right here is that it deters judgmental people, like the ones who leave those comments. Your value decreases when you get that piercing. You saying that to me signifies that I am not in the right place and I must escape immediately and get away from anyone like you, bro. And also, it's just really cute. I like it. And this way, some other baddies with septum piercings can find me.
It's not just about the appearance, but also about the way they act.
America, please get me out of this place. I'm tired. I'm losing my tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired.
See, this is what I'm talking about. In case you still have any doubts, we'll see more clips.
Hey guys, Brittany here. I'm a mess. I'm not doing good at all today. I'm like really angry and splitting so much, and I'm just like, I want to go back to bed, but I have to work because there's some like money I need to make.
It's none of my business. It's none of my business.
And I have a horrible headache, and I just can't stop splitting.
It always upsets me when a grown adult complains about not wanting to work, because I see many people work countless hours without complaining once.
And if you're familiar with splitting, it's basically like getting angry at people and like not being able to control it and stuff like that.
What?
So yeah. I don't know the exact definition of splitting, but I could tell I'm doing it right now. I also just realized I haven't taken my meds in like 2 days, so, you know, that could be contributing to this also. I'm just like, I literally don't know what to do.
Why don't you get a job?
Septum theory this, septum theory that. You guys are just jealous that I am swag, awesome, gay, and, yeah, that's it really. Those are the 3 things that I am.
You serious?
The only time you'd see me looking like this is if I lost a bet. So trust me when I say no one is jealous. We're good.
Swag, awesome, and gay, that's me. But for real, this septum theory is so like, sincerely, like, where are we? There are so many more important things to talk about here on this app right now. Like, if you're commenting septum theory under my posts, I'm blocking you.
So I think it's absolutely insane that when I moved to Michigan, I was able to find a job within 2 weeks. And then once that job didn't work out, I was able to find another job within another 2 weeks. And I had plenty of interviews, so many interviews in Michigan. And then I come back to Idaho, and I've been back since April, and I have been applying like pretty consistently this whole time. And, you know, I'll get like emails or texts saying, hey, let's like schedule an interview. We want to like move forward with meeting you and blah, 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 whatever. And then I get back to them and it's just nothing.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
I'm just like ghosted completely.
This guy said it's definitely not because of how you look. A user replies with this image, which caught my attention. And it's just genius and hilarious.
And it's crazy because, like, I don't know if, like, the whole fake job listing thing is a problem here. It kind of seems like it might be, because I've heard other people in this area have, like, issues finding jobs as well. I don't know. It's just really infuriating because I want to work. I want to be able to like have that freedom again, and I just can't find anything. I mean, I'm probably going to get a job, but it's only because I have a connection, and that also pisses me off because it has nothing to do with my skills, my experience, nothing. I have management experience. That doesn't seem to matter here. It's a lot, and I'm over the job market here.
Stop it. Get some help.
When it comes to your style, I agree everyone has the freedom and right to dress however they want. But when we go to jobs, you need to blend in and respect the work dress code if you want to make the people there comfortable, because it's a professional environment.
Hey, no, I mean Randy. Sorry about that really close wording. I don't know what the septum theory is, but I'm going to assume, because it sounds like to me that the septum theory would be like when a really hot girl gets a septum piercing and then it makes her like 10 times hotter. And for that I say thank you. Not only am I hot, but I am very successful. So that's always great when someone acknowledges and notices it.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness? Do you think you do?
I did notice that you commented that multiple times on all these different videos of mine, so I guess my presence would show up on your For You page, and to that I say, you have been acknowledged and noticed, so you can sleep well tonight, my cat. But yeah, so thank you for the compliment, I really appreciate it.
The level of delusion shocked me beyond what I expected. And the funniest part is her proving our point once again.
I get a variation of this comment on literally every single post that I make, and it's something about how my septum ring or my tattoos make me less dateable, or a red flag, or make me less attractive. And I'm just curious to those men, what makes you think that I'm trying to attract you? Because you're telling me that if I didn't have my nose ring and I got rid of all of my tattoos, I would be more attractable or wife material or whatever it is. But there's not a single thing that you can change about your appearance that would attract me to you in the first place.
We don't care about who is attracted to us and who isn't, because either way we're living our lives the way we want.
So really I'm doing you a public service. Because if I got rid of my nose ring and I removed all my tattoos, you would think that you have a chance and you would approach, and then you're gonna get rejected, and so really I'm just saving fragile male egos everywhere.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
You're absolutely correct. And in fact, I have 4 separate rings in my septum, and I get a new one every time I ruin a man's life.
It's an evil world we live in.
This is just evil. And if what she's claiming is true about ruining the lives of 4 men and doing 4 nose rings, I hope it forever stays at that number and never increases. Because if someone is proud of hurting others, she never deserves love or forgiveness in my book.
Stay away from women with septum piercings. They are horrible people. They are the most evil beings that you will ever encounter on this game that we call life. All right? You know about the devil, but what if I told you there's a reincarnated form walking and roaming this earth and all they got is a septum piercing? And I get what you're saying. Why would you just typecast one group of people, right? It's because it's always been true. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But bro, everybody with a septum piercing, they happen to be like the same people on earth.
You're goddamn right.
That's true. But that is to compensate for how bad of a person they are on the outside. You feel what I'm saying? It's like their heavenly restriction if you know Jujutsu Kaisen. They're going to be so... It has to get balanced out with a flaw. This flaw being that they are evil and bad people. They cannot have both, gang. Just the way you're reacting to this information, I'm already knowing you're not going to listen to my warning, bro.
Well, listen. You don't have to warn us twice. And just for the record, I agree with him. The outside looks never make up for what's on the inside.
I speak from experience, gang. I had... Look, and don't make fun of me when I say this, gang. She was light-skinned. She was a nurse. She had a septum piercing. And when it was time to do that you know what tattoo she had on her thigh? She had the rose tattoo with the peacock. But you're not gonna listen to me though, right? Okay.
Because these men make it so hard. They make it so hard to be a mom. They take away all of the tender moments of motherhood that you could have had, but you were stuck in survival mode. So you didn't even really get to enjoy it.
All we did was leave them alone like they asked, but we always get blamed somehow.
You're just surviving, trying to raise these kids, trying to do the best you can, and you get $250 a month. What the That is pennies. That is the gas money it is taking me to drop them off at their father's house and pick them back up. $250 a month, and my ex is a nurse. $250 a month.
It's none of my business.
The implication of happy wife, happy life is that if your wife is unhappy, she's gonna make your life miserable. Like she's a bomb you have to defuse every day, or it just spreads chaos and suffering to the whole family. First of all, nobody can be responsible for somebody else's happiness, never mind somebody whose mood depends on where the moon is. Can you imagine a man being like, yeah, if I'm having a bad day, so is she, and so are the children, and it's her fault? Oh my god, that's insane. Why is that normal to say?
We can have the worst kind of day, but you always have a choice to keep that to yourself and not let it ruin everyone else's day.
How about I love you and we're gonna work through this together, and sometimes my feelings aren't everyone else's problem. But no, a lot of women will be like, yeah, he's gotta maintain me. Oh, are you like a dog that he needs to walk and feed every day, and if he doesn't, you're gonna pee on the carpet because you're reactionary and volatile?
1, 2, 3. Looks like I have more nose rings than you have brain cells. I don't think so.
So there was this girl, and we had been talking for at least 4 months. Then we had been dating for about 6 months. And it got to the point where I was literally like, yeah, this is gonna be the girl for me. I'm gonna give it 2 years and I'm marrying this girl. Easily. She was literally the kind of girl you would dream of. She was everything you would want physically, everything you would want personality-wise, everything you would want in her sense of loyalty. She didn't really have many friends. I was her first body. She was everything that I wanted. There was no one who could really separate us. All of a sudden, one day, it was like just a switch happened. She had been talking to this other girl, which I had no idea about. This girl was everything that my girlfriend wasn't. Body wasn't good. She was horizontally challenged. She had a septum piercing. Personality was disgusting. The looks was just an absolute no. Everything about her was bad. So these two finally met up one day. They started hanging out pretty much every single day. This girl was here all of the time. I even met the girl at one point, and I think within the first 4 seconds, I went, nah, this ain't, I don't like her. Immediately. You could feel the vibe on her. It was everything negative rather than positive. She would always complain. Everything was always a man's fault. She hates men.
Oh, negative aura, negative aura.
Yeah, it's like the plague. It sticks to you. It's disgusting.
You know what they say, bad company corrupts good character. And this is sadly the case.
So anyway, the first change that I noticed, because my girl was blonde, she made my girlfriend dye her hair black, changed her entire aesthetic to wearing nothing but dark out, black emo clothing, started wearing eyeliner. This all happened in the span of a week. One by one, it was one day black hair, next day was the makeup change and eyeliner, third day was the outfit, fourth day was a septum piercing.
I don't like where this is going.
And then I think after the septum piercing, it didn't look like my girl anymore. It looked different. As weeks started to go on, she started to try and stick other things in it to widen the gap. And it was almost like this girl had just come from the demon realm and just turned my girl into something that she wasn't. So then eventually my girl's personality changed and I couldn't take it no more. I told her specifically that you even had to change or we're over. And because I had such a great relationship with her parents at the time, my parents would spam call me asking if I had done anything. And I was like, no, I didn't do anything to your girl. Your girl met this one girl and she changed her, and the parents didn't believe me. So I begged them, I say, listen, if you don't believe me, come out for a coffee and we'll discuss the whole thing. Sat them down, explained everything. They took my side.
You sat down with the parents?
Yes! Yes!
Yo!
Yes! I don't think you understand. When you really like a girl, you're gonna do whatever you can to save her. Eventually, she turned on everyone, even her own family, and it just wasn't my girl anymore. It was like she had been possessed or taken over. It just wasn't my girl. And after that moment, every time I looked at a girl with a septum piercing, all I still see is that other girl who stole my bitch. All I see. So whenever someone says, oh, I got my heart broken by a girl with a septum piercing, to a degree, they're right. To a degree, but not what you think.
Oh, wow. What a tragic backstory. You know what? To hell with septum piercing. Yeah, but globally ban them. Globally.
I hope no one lives to experience what this guy has, but luckily he dodged a bullet and didn't get married to deal with this.
This lady came up to me today and asked me, do you know what the meaning of this is? And I'm like, what, my nose ring? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know, just want to, change things up a bit. She's like, no, it means low self-esteem. Thanks, lady.
Today I learned men hate nose rings on women even more vocally than they hate tattoos, and that is a fact. But not any nose ring. We hate a very specific nose ring. If I see you with this malfeasant ring in between your nose right here, I am immediately going the other way. I no longer have nothing in common with you. There's probably nothing that we can talk about. And I don't know why that is, but it's just like 9.5 out of 10 girls cannot pull this off. There is a 0.05%. They so bad that you somehow look at them and be like, you know what? That somehow works. I don't know how to explain it most of the time. I just feel like it's dirty, but for you, it's not. And don't think that this is no better. This is also iniquitous. Don't make this decision. I mean, you can, obviously, to each his own. This is the only acceptable nose ring, and I'm not gonna lie, 9 times out of 10, these women are absolutely beautiful, but also will backstab you and do some of the most vociferous type of activity, and you just really can't trust them.
I do agree these last ones look acceptable, but like he said, we're not taking too many chances here.
And the amount of DMs they get a day, astronomical. And most likely, they've flown on many jets before, and the entire story looks like a World Travelers page. And I don't know why that is, but 9 times out of 10, that's just how it happened. Might as well be booked early for a serial killer. Margin for error, you guessed it, death. God forbid something goes wrong. Yeah, watch where you sleep and how you sleep, because next thing you know, still absolutely not, but it's like, at least you're kind of on the right track. And it's just straight up scary, son. There's no other explanation. Throw it away.
He has a septum piercing? Run. Guys, a metal rod through your nose screams trauma. There's no other reason why you would hurt and embarrass yourself with metal in your nose unless you're filled with trauma. It's trauma, it's gonna fall onto you, you're gonna be the babysitter of their emotions, don't deal with it.
Depending on the type of man that you're trying to attract, things can be considered trashy, such as certain types of piercings, okay? Unless you're Indian from India and that nose ring is y'all's culture, I think it should have been an experimental phase in your early 20s and needs to be taken out as a grown woman, period. I'm sorry.
Out of all the people out there, I would have never guessed that this lady would take our side considering all the advice she gives.
Now, if you already got tattoos, you can cover them up. That's easy, no problem. Don't get no more. Don't get them on your face. Don't get them on your neck. Don't get them on your hands. Get them places that you can hide them when you wear clothing. That's why mine is here. And if I wanted to cover it, it's gone. You see? No trace. And I got my tattoos after I was already married for years and years and years and had kids, okay?
Even if you hide it, the truth will come out one day. It's like trying to use tape to close a damaged tire. It's not going to make a difference. Well, guys, that was all for today. We'll be back soon.